Meet Carey. Carey's a person who eats just like you, unhealthy. But what he doesn't know is that he's about to partake on a journey like no other. This is called being vegan. We sent Carey to central London on a mission to go for his first vegan meal. That's where 26 Grains popped up.
So we're outside 26 Grains. I'm actually having my first vegan meal ever outside of my own house. In this sandwich we actually have obviously some bread, then we have some beetroot hummus, we have some sprouts, some lettuce, I think some spinach and some hazelnuts as well. In the smoothie we have some apple juice, cucumber, again some spinach and some lemon juice. So should be quite tasty. I'll have I can't do it. Alright, let's take our first bite, see how it actually tastes. Alright, so after we tried the vegan meal, I thought that was it. And so on the way home, we decided to go and get something meaty just for the journey. But then, this happened.
Wait. Remember that first vegan meal that you had?
Yeah.
You are not allowed to eat that because you're going to partake in a 7-day vegan challenge.
I paid for this.
Sorry mate, here's the camera. We're going to record every single day for 7 days of you partaking in this vegan challenge. Give me that.
Wait, no, what? Really? 7 days of eating lettuce. So on the first day, I literally had no idea what I was doing. So the only thing I saw in my fridge was kale and soya milk. So I thought, why not? Why not give it a try? But I was sorely mistaken. So during the day I met up with the guys and we tried to find somewhere to eat for hours. So we've been roaming around for hours trying to find somewhere to eat, and I'm pretty sure all of us are at the verge of starvation. Is that not right, guys?
I'm hungry. I'm literally hungry.
But like we're in a place where there's like 10 million shops around us, but we can't decide on where to actually go. So after wandering around with the guys for hours, we finally found a place called Chopsticks, in which I had some noodles and I had some potatoes. Later on that evening, I went to a party at a restaurant and it was surrounded by some like chicken and some seafood as well. So I decided to go for the potatoes and also some like fried aubergine and stuff like that. Over the next couple of days, I decided to really try and prepare for the rest of the week. So I really started off with a simple breakfast, and then I spent the rest of the day trying to find some food and some supplements. So I went to Holland & Barrett and bought a bunch of supplements, and then later on in the evening I went to Sainsbury's and I bought a bunch of fruits, vegetables and grains and stuff like that. So this was the day when I decided to really get going with the supplements and the shakes. So as for the supplements, they were okay, but when it came to the shakes, the texture was really strange. I found it very hard to swallow it, and after I really thought it would be quite difficult to get through the rest of the week just by doing that for breakfast alone. But on the bright side, it really did fill me up, and so I didn't feel like I needed to cook anything else until the evening when I decided to make some fried rice with a bunch of like chia seeds and a bunch of vegetables, which was actually really delicious. And the good thing about that is because I made so much that I could have it over the next few days as a snack in case I got hungry.
So we thought we could give Carey a hand by introducing him to this guy.
Hi, my name is Andre Mathieu. I'm a qualified nutritionist, personal trainer, Aikido and self-defense instructor. So veganism in the first place is a lifestyle. It's something that you chose to do for various reasons. It could be ethical reasons, it could be health reasons, but sadly we don't live in a vegan world, so you're just trying to do the best you can. And it's at the same time, it's not a religion as well, as some people kind of go over the board a little bit too much. So veganism is really a lifestyle choice that you make.
So let's give you a brief history lesson. It started off with this guy, and then Buddha said peace to animals, and then this funny guy said no dairy products, and then the vegan society went from vegetarian to vegan. Comprende? So we wanted to find out what the public thought about veganism, so we went straight to Shoreditch. Are you a vegan?
No, I'm not vegan.
Are you a vegan?
No, I'm not.
Are you a vegan?
No.
So, are you a vegan?
Yes.
Why are you a vegan?
I'm vegan since 2 years. I saw a documentary from Gary Jurovsky. Okay. And then this made me switch to vegan because I don't want to hurt animal and also for my health care.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Well, that was your boy Ali. You will now be back to schedule with Carey.
So day 4 is when things really started to go downhill. I started to feel more and more sick as the day progressed, and you know, I thought that just by having a shake I can really just fill up my stomach and feel better, but as you can probably see, that didn't go so well. To make matters much worse, in the evening my mum decided to come back with a whole KFC bucket, and as you can imagine, it was a hard time to try and get through that, but I didn't cheat, and I spent the rest of the evening just crying to myself and watching Netflix with a bowl of kale chips. Day 5 consisted of bed, and more bed.
So if you are a vegan and you're experiencing some health issues and problems like fatigue and things like that, you might just be missing out on the essential information that you need. So yes, it is true that you can become miserable and unhealthy and unhappy on any diet, but the basics of that is that you really need to understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and have all the information behind that. So sadly, yes, you could, by becoming vegan, decrease your health, but if you educate yourself enough, then you'll be able to actually get all the way back up and actually increase your health.
Day 7 was the final day and I felt like I needed to go out with a bang. Thankfully, I felt a lot better, and so before preparing for the evening, I decided to go out to Whole Foods and buy a lot of food to prepare. Being a vegan is expensive.
So of course that vegan diet can be quite expensive. There is a way that obviously anything that is in at the moment will be more expensive, but you know that every penny that you spend extra actually goes towards your health.
So when I got back home from Whole Foods, I was ready to make the feast of my life. So after a week of being on a vegan diet, I've realized a few things. Number 1 is that once you get the hang of it, it feels really, really good and you have a lot of energy, but the downside is it takes a while to get into that state. In terms of shopping, it really did feel overwhelming because I just didn't have any clue about what would be best and what would be the most nutritious foods, because when you're eating meat, it does seem quite simple. Just get a chicken, then put it with some rice or vegetables and that's it. But here you have to really sit down and think about the stuff that you're gonna make and really craft your own food. And so in that sense, you do learn a lot about cooking in general. In terms of if I would recommend it to someone, I would really suggest that you sit down and decide what your priorities are. For me, when I looked into it, it was definitely more the environmental side. I felt like the factory farming industry was really unsustainable for the planet, and so trying out the vegan diet would help you kind of get through that. So at the end of the day, you really have to decide what your priorities are if you're willing to spend that amount of money to have a healthy diet and to fight for a cause that you believe in.
What are your thoughts on veganism in the future?
That all depends on us, really. I mean, depends on, now this is blooming lifestyle that everyone raves about, but many people don't actually know enough about it to become the best example. So if you are not best example of vegan lifestyle, the chances are that not many people will want to do the same thing as you are. So if there are people who really can, say, look, I'm looking great, I'm not too skinny, I'm not too fat, I'm really healthy, I'm living great lifestyle, then everyone will want a piece of that. So the future really is in your hands to just make it or break it.
So guys, I am now joined with the man, the myth, the legend, the person that partaked on this 7-day vegan challenge, Carey.
I'm still alive.
How was the vegan challenge for you?
It was very difficult at the start, to be completely honest, because I just didn't know what to eat.
Yeah.
But once I got once I went shopping and once I got everything sorted, towards the end, I found that I could still have some very nice tasting food,
okay,
but also have a pretty nutritious diet.
Nutrition. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the question that everyone's going to ask: are you going to carry on with this vegan challenge? Or vegan journey, should I say? I
feel like I'm gonna go down the part-time route, because there's some days,
yeah,
as you guys will have seen, there's some days where I just really crave the chicken burger or something. So
of course, yeah.
On those days, I feel like I can go back to that and not feel too bad about it. But in general, I'm gonna try and just turn it back from full-on veganism, if that makes sense.
Fantastic. Now, that is the question that everyone had in their mind, and we've officially answered the question for you.
We have.
So guys, been your boy Ali.
And I'm Carey, and hopefully this video has given you guys some kind of insight towards being a vegan for the very first time. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe.
Give it a like, give it a share.
Subscribe.
Give it a subscribe. And we will see you guys
on the next one.